Have you ever had that feeling, that slow dawning realization that, well, that a big part of your life has maybe been lived in response to other people?
Oh, absolutely. To external forces, what society expects.
All right. What you thought you should be, and then you realize maybe you've lost touch with your own voice somewhere along the way. So today, we're doing a deep dive into something really powerful, I think, often overlooked maybe. It's this whole journey of unlearning.
It's a huge.
Yeah, not just like specific habits, but unlearning who you were told to be, the shame maybe, those survival patterns that, okay, they helped once, but now maybe they're holding you back.
Exactly.
It's not about tearing everything down, is it? It's more like rebuilding yourself, but from truth, your truth.
That's a great way to put it. And it really is intricate work, isn't it? This internal excavation, peeling back layers, it can be uncomfortable.
For sure.
So diving into how to actually approach it, not just knowing that it needs doing, well, that's incredibly valuable. And the sources we looked at, they really emphasize something key.
What's that?
That this isn't about fixing something broken because, you aren't broken.
Right. That's important.
It's much more about a careful, conscious unveiling, uncovering the authentic self that's, it's always been there, just waiting under the surface.
Okay.
So less like repair and more like remembering.
Remembering. I like that. And to even start that remembering, the material points to this idea, it calls it the courage to pause. We often think growth means doing more, right? Push harder, achieve.
That's the default, yeah.
Yeah, but these sources, they offer something really counterintuitive, actually, that growth isn't always action. Sometimes it's found in the pause. So what makes this courage to pause so vital, especially when it feels like, like going against the grain?
That's a really crucial question because the sources stress this pause. It isn't just stopping. It's not inactivity. They call it sacred because it's that precise moment, that space where radical honesty can actually begin. Our research shows this deliberate stop disrupts the automatic reactive loops in our brains.
Ah, okay. The autopilot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It lets you have critical self-reflection instead of just running the old patterns. It kind of forces you, gently, to face those questions like, okay, what am I tolerating that's just draining me?
Oof. Yeah.
Or whose voice is that in my head telling me I'm not enough? Is it even mine?
That's a big one.
And what would I actually choose? What would I do if I wasn't afraid of disappointing anyone?
Wow.
You see, it's not just a break. It's like an active recalibration, moving from just reacting to reflecting.
I can absolutely see how making that space intentionally would feel courageous.
Yeah.
It's good to remember, though, for anyone listening, that pausing isn't being stuck.
Not at all.
It's really about giving your inner wisdom, your soul, the room it needs to finally speak.
Precisely. And that space, that vital space the pause creates, it leads us right into the next core idea from the sources. The art of unlearning.
Okay, unlearning. Now this definitely sounds uncomfortable.
It often is, yeah.
Because it means we have to consciously let go of stuff that felt safe, right? Even if, looking back, it was maybe kind of toxic.
An anchor, but maybe a rusty one.
Exactly. It means really challenging those deep beliefs we have about ourselves, about the world, and maybe even grieving the person you had to be just to get through things, to survive.
That's a really insightful point. The grief aspect is real. It's a profound shift internally.
It feels almost alchemical,
Yeah. And as you navigate that deep internal shift, the sources highlight two really liberating truths that often come up.
Okay.
The realization that, one, you are not too much, and two, you are not too sensitive.
I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Definitely. And these aren't just like nice affirmations you repeat, they're core insights. The real power comes when you finally start noticing what you've maybe been numbing for years.
Numbing, what does that look like?
Well, the sources define numbing pretty broadly. It's not just ignoring feelings. It's any unconscious strategy, really. Overworking, maybe, endless scrolling, even overscheduling yourself so you don't have downtime. All ways to avoid uncomfortable feelings or truths.
Got it. Avoidance patterns.
Exactly. Patterns that kept your true self kind of hidden. But recognizing them, that's not a flaw. It's actually this powerful awakening, like a quiet revolution inside.
Okay.
And that makes room. It makes space for your real self to finally come forward. Maybe a bit raw, maybe unsure.
But free.
But finally free. Yeah.
And that real self, that authentic self, it needs a different kind of care, doesn't it? The sources talk about gentle self-love as a daily ritual. Now, when we hear self-love, I think we often picture, I don't know, big gestures, loud affirmations, fancy skincare, perfect morning routines.
Like the Instagram version something.
Yeah, but the sources challenge that. They suggest this gentle self-love. It isn't always loud. It's not always performative.
That's exactly right. What the material really emphasizes is the huge impact of the quiet things, the small, consistent acts that make up genuine, gentle self-love.
Like what, for instance?
Well, something as seemingly small as drinking water when maybe stress or routine tempts you to just skip meals entirely.
Okay, basic needs.
Basic, but profound. Or choosing to actually go to bed when anxiety's screaming at you to just keep scrolling, keep distracting.
That's a hard one sometimes.
It is. And crucially, things like turning down a party invite, not out of obligation, but because the feeling of peace, just quiet peace, feels better in that moment than pleasing someone else.
Choosing peace over pleasing.
Right. If you connect this to sort of the psychology of it, self-love here is really about creating internal safety within yourself.
Internal safety.
Yeah, building that secure base inside, where you can hold space for your sadness with compassion, and where you really believe in your own worthiness, even on days you feel like a total mess, especially then. It's like this quiet regulation of your own nervous system, a really deep act of self-parenting in a way.
And what really jumped out at me from the reading is it's all about consistency, isn't it?
Yes. Consistency is key.
The power is in those small, repeated acts. How you treat yourself when nobody's watching, when it's just you.
That's it.
Because ultimately, this whole journey, these gentle acts, they lead us into understanding healing differently, right? Healing through compassion, not control.
Exactly.
It's so easy, I think, to get caught in that trap of thinking we can somehow, I don't know, rush healing, force clarity, or fix ourselves like we're a broken appliance.
Right, the fix-it mentality.
Yeah. But the deep truth, the one the sources really hammer home, and it's so important to internalize this, is you are not broken.
Say it again, you are not broken.
So if we're not broken, then what is this process actually about? Why does it sometimes feel so heavy?
That's a critical question, and the sources really dig into this. If you're not broken, why the struggle? Why the weight? Often what we're feeling is, well, maybe carrying pain that was never truly yours to hold.
What do you mean by that?
Things like intergenerational stuff, trauma passed down. Or maybe the weight of other people's expectations, their dreams for you, projected onto you.
Okay. Inherited burdens.
Exactly. Or maybe you're just moving through layers of societal expectations that they were never meant to define you. And the research is clear. Real healing doesn't come from trying to perfect yourself constantly.
No.
It comes from actively, compassionately accepting yourself.
Yeah.
Just as you are, right now, in this moment.
Acceptance, not perfection.
Precisely. And the sources validate this so strongly. It is absolutely okay to not know all the answers right now. It's okay to still get triggered by old stuff. And it's okay, crucially, to be both healing and hurting at the same time.
That really resonates, that duality.
It's part of being human, isn't it? And through all of it, the consistent foundational message is, you are still worthy, always, unequivocally.
And when you really start to absorb that worthiness, when you let go of the pressure to be who you think you should be, that's the moment, isn't it? That's when you give yourself this incredible gift, the gift of actually becoming who you are, without apologies.
Beautifully put.
That really feels like the heart of it, rebuilding from truth.
Yeah. And if you're listening thinking, okay, but how do I start? The sources offer some really concrete but gentle first steps.
Okay, practical steps.
Start by consciously speaking kindly to yourself. Maybe notice that inner critic and just gently challenge it. Cognitive reframing, that kind of thing.
Be your own ally.
Exactly. And deliberately choose rest without feeling guilty about it. Understand that rest isn't lazy. It's vital. It regulates your nervous system. It's not a luxury.
Need to remind myself of that one daily.
We all do. And critically, look around you. Actively surround yourself with people who don't ask you to shrink. People who celebrate you expanding.
Your environment matters.
Hugely. These might seem like small actions, but done consistently, they build the foundation for real, lasting change. Deep change.
Rebuilding yourself from that place of truth, it definitely takes time. You can't rush real growth, can you?
No shortcuts there.
But it really feels like maybe the most beautiful act of quiet rebellion, especially in a world that, let's be honest, often profits from our self-doubt.
That's a powerful point.
You just don't owe the world a perfect, polished version of you.
Well,
You don't. What
yeah.
you owe yourself, what you truly deserve, is the real one, the honest you.
Yes, absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive today, I want to leave you, our listener, with one final thought, something to maybe just sit with.
Okay.
You are not a project to fix. You are a garden to tend.
Oh, I love that. Garden to tend. And like any garden, any flourishing garden, well, tending it takes time, doesn't it?
Yep.
It takes consistent time, unwavering patience, and just boundless love. And please know, you are absolutely allowed to start over again and again, as many times as you need, until the life you're living, the one you're cultivating, until it feels like it's finally authentically yours.
That's so hopeful.
And just remember, you're not alone on this journey, not at all. And you're doing so much better than you probably think you are.